Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's edition of WWE Raw Recap Show. Hopefully, everybody's having a nice day. Let's get all the BS out of the way. Hey, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, uh, press that thumbs up button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Raw. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell. All right, now we got all that out of the way. Yes, this is this week's Raw recap. This week's Raw took place at the Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas, and was more of a build up to the Saturday night's main event coming up this Saturday, which is a relaunch from the 80s and 90s. I think they had a couple. I can't remember. I think they had a couple. Uh, Maybe early 2000s or late 90s, something like that. Anyway, uh, basically they're relaunching it, and it's taking place this weekend. Seems like some pretty cool matches going to take place. And like I said, this show kind of built up on that thing. So let's get uh, this week started. This week started with Gunther coming out to the ring. Says Finn Balor has his full attention now. And coming up this Saturday at Saturday Night's Main Event, it won't end up like Survivor Series. And as soon as he said that, that's when the Judgment Day, led by Finn Balor, came out. Finn said Gunther is right. It won't end up like Survivor Series. I won't be the reason he keeps the title. I'll be the reason he loses the title, which will lose the title to him. Gunther then says, at one time I did respect you, but no more. Want to hang out with a bunch of misfits, and actually reminding him that he was the best wrestler in the world at one time for one day. And of course, going back to that time where he won the Universal Championship, got injured, then had to relinquish that championship. Was the very first Universal Champion. Then, of course, wound up having to give it up because of injury. So it looked like Judgment Day was going to kind of gang up on him. That's when uh, Damian Priest came out, started tossing people around, uh, tossed Guthrie or tossed Finn in the ring. Uh, they kind of, Damian and Gunther sort of like being cohesive a little bit, playing ping pong with Finn Balor, but Gunther will wind up attacking uh, Damian Priest. They go outside of the ring. Priest makes it back to the ring. They kind of gang up on, but he kind of made a little comeback until Finn Balor came in, sneak attack on him again, and pretty much the Judgment Day laid out both Damian Priest and Gunther. Yes, Finn Balor would hit multiple coup de grace on Damian Priest. Um, my thing is when they do that, they seem to do that a lot. I want to see some tape on those ribs. I mean, um, the angle works out great, but sometimes you gotta sell that attack come next week because I mean, I don't care how small or big somebody is. Somebody stomps on your stomach multiple times on the top rope, will have some injuries there. Uh, but yeah, expect to see some tape on those ribs come Monday. All right. Of course, this leads up to the first match of the night. It is the Final Testament, Karrion Cross, AOP, and The Miz going up against, of course, the Wyatt Six. Uh, guy's name already. Uncle Howdy, Casey, Loomis, and Eric Rowan. Uh, all eight go at it, begin things, and look like Wyatt was trying to, or Uncle Howdy was going to put Karrion Cross away early for that sister Abigail, but the Miz saved him from that. Then was the Final Testament taking over on Casey until he got the tag on Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan came in, kind of threw people around a little bit. Then AOP uh, helps the Miz out particularly because looks like the Miz was getting the brunt of this attack. Uh, then Loomis and Gacy take out the AOP. Uncle Howdy gets in and he kind of smacks the Miz around a little bit till Karrion Kross made a tag, gets himself in there. Was looking for a dive at one time, but Scarlett, excuse me, intervened, puts him up. This brings out Nikki. Uh, she 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 appears and scares the bejesus out of Scarlett. Uh, but Nikki takes care of Scarlett. Looks like Howdy was looking for another sister Abigail, but Miz blocks it. Miz goes out to the apron, and that's when Uncle Howdy launches into that mandible claw. Unfortunately, they forgot about somebody that thought they kind of got rid of, but they didn't. Paul Ellering came in and threw the powder in Uncle Howdy's eyes. This would allow, and of course, the ref was distracted by Karrion Kross at this point. Kross was able to hit the final prayer for the 1, 2, 3, and I do believe this is the first pinfall loss for the Wyatt Six. So, um, be interesting where this goes from here. Um, mm, no, honestly, not one of the major feuds I'm kind of like keen on. I'm okay with it. Yes, if you're again multiple ways of thinking, heels get over on their back, or babyface gets over on their back, heels on their feet. Build that up, then finally maybe have one of those falls count anywhere type brawls, some kind of street fight or something like that. So the Wyatt Six get their upcomings. All right, this will lead to ladies' action, which was our next match. It is Dakota Kai going against the WWE World Women's Champion, and that would be Liv Morgan. A little bit of back and forth action to begin things with. Liv would knock Kai outside the ring. Uh, Liz Liv would go for the little Eddie Guerrero action and do the hat trick, but Dakota would counter the last suplex with a suplex of her own. Pure Fusion Collective would appear at ringside. Of course, they're going to get involved. Uh, in the end, they would distract Dakota, long enough to where she missed that big boot in the corner. Of course, Liv would take advantage of this, hit Oblivion for the win, and this is when the Pure Fusion Collective would attack Kai, but here comes Damage Control. Kairi Sane and Io Sky to save the day. They take out the Pure Fusion Collective. But as Io Sky's back was turned, Liv Morgan came out of nowhere, hit the Oblivion on her, landed right on top of her noggin there. But we will see her again later on. All right, the next segment featured Seth Rollins. Earlier this evening, he had a interview with CM Punk where he talked about he helped break Seth Rollins in, trained him for free. He actually loves missions and stuff like that in real life. So real life, coming to wrestling, usually it's pretty good. As long as it's there, some kind of I don't know, some kind of line you don't cross, like talking about your dad shooting your mom or something, or your mom shooting your dad. Anyway, I digress. So basically, Punk came out and said, "Look, everything CM Punk said was true. He did train me to wrestle. He did basically help him get into the main roster with a shield. Uh, not sure how the whole firing thing, but Rollins didn't really mention either. But say, if it ended right there, story end right there, it'd be all good. But Punk left, and he trying to, you know, Rollins said he tried to call him, text him, email him, and CM Punk basically ghosted him because he didn't follow suit. He didn't quit his dream job just to follow CM Punk. And the only reason CM Punk's back anyway was because he failed everywhere else. Uh, he burned every bridge he could, and of course, the money was right. This will bring out Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn basically came out and said, "Look, I thought it was you. Sorry, I apologize. I thought you the one attacked Jay Uso." Uh, Go back. There was a segment where, or a video where Drew McIntyre uh, did say, "Yeah, I'm the one who took out Jay Uso and attacked Sami Zayn." So, but anyway, so he said, apologize. Seth Rollins said, look, how dare you accuse me? You know me for this many years. Sammy said, look, you was kind of acting nuts there, buddy. But are we good? I said, we're good. Uh, Besides, you got bigger issues with Drew McIntyre. And that's when Sammy got on the mic again and said, look, it's going to be him against Drew McIntyre come uh, Saturday night's main event. So we should see how that happens. Uh, Sammy heads back up the entrance, but he is met with Drew McIntyre, who attacks him out of nowhere. He kind of foreshadows seeing this happening because Sammy stopped and kind of looked around. But yeah, that nowhere really wants to surprise attack because he did see Sammy kind of foreshadow that happening. So, but yes, Drew McIntyre attacked Sami Zayn and let them land as the security or the officials actually all came down to help little Tim. Next up is another three-way tournament match for the women's Intercontinental Championship. Uh, in this match, we have Ivy Niles, Zelina Vega, and Lyra Valkyrie at it. Obviously, I didn't think this was that good of a match. Uh, Little slow, little uncoordinated a little bit. Uh, Maybe should have had somebody a little more fluent, kind of being a captain in there, but uh, didn't look like they had it. But hey, they're young. They always room to grow. Anyway, they all get their shine in, and in the end, it was Lyra Valkyrie hitting her Nightwing finisher to finish off Ivy Nile. So she moves on into the tournament. All right, next up we have New Day. New Day comes out all this night. They show the New Day backstage. Kofi and Xavier trying to bump fists or shake hands with people, and people in the back kept on giving him a cold shoulder. Even Cody Rhodes made a cameo on Night Raw and said, "Look, Xavier, we knew each other since we were kids, which was sort of legitimate. They were cross rival high school athletes, and Cody said, "Hey, you both should be ashamed of yourself of how y'all treated Big E." And once they got into the crowd pretty much showed them they didn't appreciate how they treated Big E. Uh, Pretty much did not let him get a word in, and uh, they were just like, "Why? Why are y'all doing this to us?" Or Xavier said, "Hey, we really didn't do anything. We just kicked Big E out. He's kind of cramping our style. He's the one that chooses this job." So this is one of those heel turns where they did turn against Big E. I mean, even the crowd was chanting, "We want E." Still wonder if he's actually going to come back or not myself. So if I'm kind of wondering, it's like, come back, not come back, you know. I could understand why he wouldn't, but uh, it is what it is. But it's kind of, you know, the New Day kind of have a little bit, kind of like Xavier was when they thought Xavier was going to be the one to turn it heel. It's like he had some legit drive. It's like, hey, how come y'all won't back me up when I want to get a single push. But now it's Kofi and Xavier together. They turned on Big E, sort of get them out of the New Day, and now they're like, White, Big E, yeah, he broke his head, but all these other people came back and were broken. He's got a desk job and a new girlfriend. He don't care about this. So that's when a good heel, given a reason to be a heel, and when you have somewhat legitimate gripes, it's like, hey, this ain't really our fault, but still they shouldn't have done Big E that way. Anyway, this will lead up for our main event of the night. It is Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, or match, or anything goes match. So weapons and all that. Like I said, I get to more of that later. Poor Rachel, she didn't make her way to the ring before Rhea ran down the aisle and attacked Rodriguez. Rodriguez will finally come back after a fallaway slam onto a table. Let me digress a little bit here. There's a lot of kendo stick shots. This is something I sort of should have mentioned in the Survivor Series, if you didn't. But it's one of those, hey, get all those shots to you. See some tape somewhere, I know it's a work, but let's work the work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if somebody got, I just watched an old '80s movie. I watched an old '80s movie. Of course, like any action movie, you'll see bruises and cuts and all that stuff. Hell, even Iron Man in the suit will get a little bit of bruised up here and there. But anyway, like I said, I digress on that. Rhea Ripley would come back, but Liv Morgan would come in and distract Rhea Ripley. Rhea would actually go after Liv, but gets distracted by Raquel. Rhea would super kick her out of the ring. Liv would hit Rhea with the Oblivion. Io Sky would come in and take out Liv, hitting the suicide dive on her. Raquel would set up the table, go for the Tijuana bomb, but Ripley gets out of that, rams her into the wedge chair, then hits a riptide right through the table for the 3 count. And that was the final shot of the night. Io Sky came in holding the world title belt. And there's them two kind of holding it together. And it looked like right when it was going off, it looked like Rhea Ripley was like, hey, giving a little bit of word of encouragement, but I'm pretty sure, some of those words are going to be, hey, you win, I'm coming after you too. So it's all about the world title for Rhea Ripley. Kind of nothing really spectacular. Some cool moments in this match. Mostly revolved around Liv Morgan, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley. That's probably the most exciting parts of this show this week. I mean, the Final Testament and Fight at 6, it was okay, but it seems like I think they're going to lead up hoping to something else. I have full faith in the WWE for doing that. Not sure why they haven't done a pay-per-view match yet, but possibly because this came in, so they're gonna kind of build up. Triple H likes to build things up slowly before you get a shot at the main groups. So anyway, like I said, leave a comment what you think about this week's Raw, and if you're entertained by this, click that thumbs up button. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, hit that subscribe button. Let's see, I repeated that, and that does it for me on this week's WWE Raw Recap. Let's have a good one. Take it easy, and until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw Recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.